Welcome back to Hashtag That. I'm Erin Russell.
And I'm Michael Rada. From Suits to New York Comic Con, we're back with the latest entertainment news updates.
All that and more. From Hamden to Hollywood, we are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news.
From Hamden to Hollywood,
we are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news.
SAG-AFTRA is breaking on 100 days of their strike. On Thursday, members of the union stood outside the Warner Brothers Discovery and Netflix headquarters in New York City. Their picket signs were high and they were chanting "one day longer, one day stronger." Protection against AI and a better definition of residuals for streaming are just some of the issues they are striking against. SAG-AFTRA put out a statement saying, quote, "It is with profound disappointment that we report the industry CEOs have walked away from the bargaining table after refusing to counter our latest offer. We have negotiated with them in good faith despite the fact that last week they presented an offer that was shockingly worth less than what they proposed before the beginning of the strike. Hopefully, they can come to a decision soon, just like the writers last month."
Will Smith and his wife Jada Pinkett Smith are back in the news following the shocking announcement that the couple has been emotionally separated since 2016. In an interview with Hoda Kotb on the Today Show, Pinkett Smith shared they do not plan to legally separate, but do not live together. They share separate lives with no intention of getting a divorce. Kotb asked Pinkett Smith to explore her reaction to the infamous 2022 Oscars slap, to which she said, quote, "We haven't called each other husband and wife in a long time," end quote. In 2020, Pinkett Smith openly discussed her affair with singer-songwriter August Alsina on her Facebook Watch show, Red Table Talk. The couple was laughing and talking about this challenge in their relationship, and now fans see what was really going on behind the scenes. The Gemini Man actor and Pinkett Smith married in 1997 and have two children, Jaden and Willow.
News broke Wednesday that the new Marvel show Daredevil Born Again is starting over with a new set of writers after the series has already started production. The show, which is bringing back Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin, has already halted production due to the actors' strike. Variety said, quote, "With less than half the series' 18-episode order shot prior to the beginning of the SAG-AFTRA strike, Marvel has already released the directors of the remaining episodes. Some elements of the already shot material will be going forward, but Marvel is looking to take a new creative direction." On X, formerly known as Twitter, D'Onofrio said in response, quote, "Every cool project I've been involved with has evolved consistently during pre-production, production, and post. It's just reported on these days as if it's big news. It's not. It's simple. A bunch of creatives doing their best to get it right. It's a constant in this business. I wouldn't have it any other way. Frankly, I'd be worried if we were settling for less."
Calling all Suits fans, a new series is currently in the early stages of development. It will be set in the same universe as creator Aaron Korsh. However, it will not be a reboot, revival, or spin-off. There will be an entirely new lineup of characters played by a new cast and a new location, but with a familiar law firm. The original drama ran for 9 seasons, ending in 2019. Former Duchess Meghan Markle was a star on the show, alongside Gabriel Macht, Patrick J. Adams, and Rick Hoffman. This past year, Suits shattered Netflix records. Deadline reported in early October that Suits had, quote, "landed in the #1 spot on the overall Nielsen streaming top 10 for the 12th week, surpassing Ozark for the most #1 overall finishes on the overall chart ever," end quote. Since this series has only just started development, there's still quite a bit of time until more news is revealed.
Hashtag That took a road trip to New York Comic Con. Here's Ryan Agnello and Casey Minicle with all the details.
Hey, Hashtag, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Casey.
We got to attend this year's New York Comic Con, and we're here to break down all reveals, cosplay, pop culture, and more that was at this weekend's event.
New York Comic Con, or NYCC, is a for-profit convention that began in 2006, founded by former RX Vice President Greg Topolin. 17 years later, more than 200,000 exhibitors, professionals, and attendees attend the 4-day event, making it the largest con in the United States. New York Comic Con is home to a number of premieres and reveals. Dragon Ball Daima was announced on October 12th, with creator Akira Toriyama confirming an original story never told in Dragon Ball. Crunchyroll announced that upcoming anime Kaiju No. 8 will be streaming exclusively on the platform next spring. Moving on from anime, 2 new Walking Dead spin-offs were announced and premiered. The Walking Dead: The Ones Who Live will star Andrew Lincoln and Denai Guerrera and premiere in February 2024. The Walking Dead: Daryl Dixon will feature Melissa McBride as Carol in Season 2 and will now be known as The Walking Dead: Daryl Dixon: The Book of Carol. Disney Plus also debuted its sneak peek for the upcoming Percy Jackson television show, set to release December 20th.
One event that we were able to attend was a spotlight on actor David Tennant. Most known for his roles as Scrooge McDuck, Barty Crouch Jr., and the Doctor, Tennant sat down for an interview-style discussion about a wide range of topics, including which New York foods he liked best, why he chose his stage name, his upcoming production of Macbeth, and his experience filming his 2020 series staged over lockdown. Most notable, however, was a lack of questions surrounding his acting credits, including his upcoming return as the Doctor for Doctor Who's 60th anniversary. The actor affirmed his support for the striking union.
New York Comic Con 2023 showcased a number of talented creators and their projects. From Five Nights at Freddy's Bonnie to Wolverine, cosplayers also had the opportunity to show off their work at the Cosplay Central Costume Showcase. Participants had the option to compete for prizes or walk the stage for fun.
Well, this was my first time at Comic-Con, and I couldn't be more amazed at the scale of the event and the commitment that people have to embracing their favorite pieces of pop culture. Casey, as someone who's been to the event before, what made this year special compared to years prior?
This year's con had a large emphasis on manga and anime compared to previous years, when programming was held in a separate space. There was also an area dedicated to literature and graphic novel authors, a first for the New York show. NYCC also featured a large number of horror and Halloween-themed tables and events as a nod to the convention being held on Friday the 13th.
That's it from us. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
We're back with the brand new segment, Social Temperature. And here with the inside scoop of this week's best social media trends is Kat Tallman.
What do you think you're doing?
Starting off, this Saturday evening, SNL had Pete Davidson deliver the cold open. And it was the top trending topic on X, formerly known as Twitter. Davidson spoke about the horrors of witnessing terrorism. The comedian poked fun at how ironic it is for him to be speaking about such a serious topic. However, Davidson's father was a firefighter that lost his life in 9/11 when Davidson was very young. Davidson was able to express love and compassion for the suffering Israeli and Palestinian children with a very moving message before the show on how no child should endure that type of terror. Next trend is a lot more lighthearted. TikTok sounds come from everywhere: reality TV, movies, songs. And this week, you may have heard from your phone, "Just smell the grass, the dirt, just like I dreamed they'd be." People are dancing to that sound and rejoice in celebration. For those who don't know, that sound comes from Tangled. The song is When Will My Life Begin, Reprise 2, sung by Mandy Moore, one of Disney's best. So go rewatch Tangled this week. I know it's been a long time. Lastly, the seasons are changing, and that includes your Instagram feed. Cute animations of ghosts and pumpkins are hoarding my Explore page. Many artists post their work in the form of reels and make adorable content. The fall and Halloween reels have been very comforting to watch. Make sure you support artists on Instagram and follow hardworking creators that you like. It's amazing to watch talented people grow in popularity. My favorite seasonal animation right now is by Marsol Moreau. Her art is colorful and simple, perfect for a wallpaper or background. Check her out on Instagram at Marsol Moreau to make your feed more festive. And that's all I have for this week's Social Temperature. Back to you guys at the desk.
I don't know about you, Aaron, but it seems like the Walking Dead franchise has been lacking lately. Here with his thoughts on The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon is Michael Katz-Flynn.
Hey, hashtag, it's Michael. The Walking Dead's Daryl Dixon spinoff is about to wrap its first season, and it has been a wild ride. Spoilers ahead for all spinoffs in the franchise. This is the second Walking Dead spinoff centered around main characters post-series finale, following Dead City. While Dead City was a nice change of pace for the franchise, it felt a little unnecessary since Negan and Maggie's characters wrapped up pretty well. Negan's redemption arc carried the later seasons, and while not being able to forgive him for killing Glenn, Maggie was able to make peace with him, but Negan still leaves the group out of respect. Now, Maggie hates him more than ever, and Negan's back to his old ways to the point where he had to leave his family for their safety, with no real explanation to either. Daryl Dixon had a proper setup, with one of the final scenes of the main show as Daryl heading off to find Rick and Michonne. However, the spin-off diverged from this setup as he runs into trouble along the way and finds himself in France. After some exploring, Daryl gets taken in by a group of nuns who get him back on his feet. One of the heads, Isabel, offers their aid, but in return, Daryl has to deliver her nephew, Lauren, to the nest where they believe he is destined to be important for the future of humanity. There's an interesting dynamic between the characters since Daryl has lost all faith and prefers to keep to himself, while this new group tries to unlock Daryl's spiritual side and get him to open up a bit more. Through this journey, we see a brand new take on Daryl, which we haven't gotten in years, that really reinvents his character without taking away from previous plot points like Dead City did to Maggie and Negan. We also finally get to see the Walker variant set up from World Beyond, and Episode 5 may have revealed how the outbreak started. The main villain, Jeanette, has a daughter who's currently unnamed that has been working on mutating walkers for years. The biggest indicator is in the closing speech when Jeanette says, quote, "Finally, out of greed and hubris, they unleashed this plague upon the world. They gave us this disease, the disease can be our cure," end quote, confirming the virus was made by humans and implying she had a big role in the process. If true, then this would make her one of the most important villains in the entire franchise. The episode also reveals how Daryl wound up in France, which didn't have anything to do with his quest to find Rick, but was still an interesting story. He's briefly able to get a hold of Carol over the radio to update her on her status. Before getting disconnected, she reveals that someone came back. The name was muffled, but fans were able to make out Ick, leading them to believe it's Rick. Carol sounds distraught saying this, when this should be exciting news, so a potential theory could be Michonne died while trying to get Rick home and Carol's mourning her. It would be a weird move, though, to reveal Rick's return home right before his own spin-off. Comicbook.com speculates it could potentially be Dwight or Morgan, and in Fear the Walking Dead, we see Dwight and Sherry return to the sanctuary, so we know he's in the area, and Carol could be hesitant given Daryl's history with him. The show also shows Morgan trying to get a message out to Rick, and to ensure he receives it, Morgan goes out to find him, so he could have stopped by Alexandria as an obvious first stop. Whoever Carol's referring to, her tone indicates that this isn't happy news, so it's definitely a big setup for the future. While just a quick voiceover, it was still nice to see Carol have a role, since she was originally going to star in the series alongside Daryl, but Melissa McBride couldn't commit to being in Europe that long. Luckily, it was just announced that she will return for season 2, which will be titled Daryl Dixon, The Book of Carol. Dead City has also been renewed for a second season, and 2024 will feature the highly anticipated return of Rick Grimes, along with Michonne and The Ones Who Lived, which will wrap up their story. Hopefully it also gets renewed, because with all the time jumps in The Walking Dead since Rick's departure, there are a lot of questions that need answers, and 6 episodes just doesn't seem enough. The Walking Dead continues to have the issue of dragging out the story, going back on big character moments, and not having a clear end in sight, but at the very least it seems these spin-offs are steering away from the repetitive formula it's been following that caused its viewership to tank and giving the remaining fans a fresh take on this franchise, along with providing some major world building. I'm excited to see where these spin-offs go and how they'll tie together. That's all I have time for. Back to the desk.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a unique mix of all kinds of things.
Come on, Drew, spotlight on this last one. There it is. Keep going with it. Leo.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
We're back with this week's Hollywood News Update, and here to fill us in on all the West Coast entertainment is Casey Nadelka.
Thanks, guys. Let's hop off the plane at LAX for our first story. Disney has come under fire recently after viewers noticed that one of their films, Prom Pact, featured the use of artificially generated people in the background. Commenters online flamed the poorly made CGI, saying they looked less like people and more like Sims or NBA 2K players. Creating fake actors with CGI is a tactic commonly used by studios in an attempt to save money by not hiring extras. But in the wake of SAG-AFTRA and AMPTP negotiations being suspended, it's looking more and more likely that these AI actors will become commonplace in movies and shows. How do you guys feel about this possibility? Should AI actors replace real ones?
I think a big point of going to see movies and television shows and all that kind of media is that humans are able to portray emotions, and whether that be happiness, sadness, frustration, anger, and there are so many actors that are so talented at that. And I think using AI really shows that the industry doesn't value that. And I wouldn't watch a movie or a TV show that had AI generated characters. It's just, I look for movies to connect and, empathize with. And I think AI just wouldn't do that anymore. I would not be interested in that. What about you?
I feel like a part of the reason we watch movies and television is to escapism. And when I see I saw the clip Casey was talking about, it's just, I was like, oh, there's cartoons behind them. I'm now out of it. I'm not focusing on the scene, I'm focusing on the weird cartoons behind them.
Yes.
Like, there's doing it with extras, but on Ted Lasso, the people in the stands, they copy and pasted a certain group, and that was AI. So there's kind of two different sides of it. And a lot of actors start out as extras and do these little projects, and they're taking it away from that when they're just putting out cartoons in the background.
Yeah, going off of that, it really makes it seem like these extras and actors are replaceable, and they're not. Humans just are so much better than AI at that. So I really hope that this doesn't become a trend.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Casey?
I completely agree with both of you. I think in instances like with Ted Lasso, sometimes it's easier production-wise to not have that many extras. But at the same time, sometimes some of my favorite scenes have been because of what the extras are doing in the background. It's all about the humanity of it, and you can't take that away by replacing them with computers. But again, with how advanced that technology is becoming and with how the strike has been going, it looks like that's going to be a possibility. Now, Taylor Swift is in a theater near you, and Swifties are flocking to see it. Labeled a cinematic rendering, Taylor Swift The Eras Tour is a movie that allows fans to fully experience Swift's concert tour without the cost of a stadium ticket. While critics are praising the film, many online are upset by the behavior of fans in the theater. Videos posted online have shown moviegoers shining flashlights, loudly singing along, and dancing in front of the screen. Swift herself encouraged this behavior on Instagram, saying, quote, "Eras attire, friendship bracelets, singing and dancing encouraged," end quote. Aaron and Michael, what do you think of concert culture coming to theaters?
No, I've seen the videos. They are so fun. It just makes me smile when I see them. But just in the back of your head is like, there's another movie going on next door. Like, I don't want to hear Taylor Swift while I'm watching a dramatic scene. But I think that's also with the theaters, just scheduling where to put Taylor Swift's movie, And just I heard another piece of just the Talking Heads movie, which is doing a lot too. So what do you think?
I think Taylor Swift is the reason behind all of this. She has taken over the world essentially with her Eras tour and now this movie and all of her re-releasing her own albums. And I just think that this is because her tickets to her concert were so inaccessible with the cost and the fact that she shut down Ticketmaster and the whole controversy surrounding that. I think this is truly, I don't want to put blame directly on her, but I think this is just the culture surrounding Taylor Swift. And like you said, I think it's almost disrespectful to other movies in a sense because there are viewers who are trying to watch more serious movies next door. And I think it just is hurting the environment in theaters. And I don't know, what about you? Would you want to see a movie with Taylor Swift right next door?
I almost just the phenomenon of it. It's just like Barbenheimer. It's just the organic phenomenon of this. I'm not even a big Taylor Swift fan, and I kind of want to see it, to be honest. Of what all of this hype is about, And it's just crazy. Even movies had to change release dates. The Exorcist Believer was supposed to come out this weekend, and now it's coming out in a couple weeks. So there you go.
We might just have to go see it.
We just might. We just might.
Casey, what do you think?
I agree. I'm conflicted too because I love concert movies. And let's be honest, anyone going to see the Taylor Swift movie is not going to sit in their seat and not sing. But at the same time, I think a lot of this blame is probably on the theaters for not scheduling this correct. Like you said, a lot of movies had to change their release dates because so many screens were taken up by the Eras Tour. So I think it's all on the theaters to make sure that they can accommodate both the fans who want to go watch the movie, the fans who are in The Exorcist next door and who don't want to hear that, and the movies who want to get their tickets sold. Now that's all the time we have left for Hollywood news. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
I know what you're thinking. I need a job. I need a new career.
Well, I've been there.
I've been there.
I've been there. I wasn't happy with what I was doing.
After high school, I didn't have a plan.
I just wanted to start working. I got laid off twice, but you gotta keep going.
You just need the right skills. Find an apprenticeship.
I found a 2-year IT program.
I found a medical course online.
I'm now a consultant in the tech space.
You have more options than you think. You can do this.
You will find something.
You will find something new.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/therightseat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
I'm not sure about you fans listening out there, but I don't know what to listen to these days. Luckily, beat reporter Grace Doyle is here to update us on what new albums just dropped. What do you have for us, Grace?
Thanks, guys. This week I'll be going over 3 albums which were released on Friday that you should be listening to. If you're looking for something to add to your fall playlist, look no further than The Rest by Boy Genius. Released only 6 months after their debut album entitled The Record, The Rest is a companion EP to their previous release. The trio, made up of musicians Phoebe Bridgers, Julian Baker, and Lucy Dacus, are proving to be the little supergroup that could, as this EP follows the group's hard launch into superstardom, which includes an album in Billboard's top 10 and a sold-out show at Madison Square Garden. After the global success that was Un Verano Sin Ti, Bad Bunny is back with his latest album, Nadie Sabe Lo Que Va a Pasar Mañana. That long title foreshadows an even longer track list, which totals at 22 songs. For the latest release, the Puerto Rican superstar drops the reggaeton sound he's become synonymous with and instead opts for a trap sound, reminiscent of his prior works. Finally, we are blessed with Troye Sivan's long-awaited album, Something to Give Each Other. The album, which includes the mega hits Rush and Got Me Started, clocks in at just 33 minutes. According to Sivan, the album is a collection of stories, which each of the 10 songs being a reflection of 10 distinct moments in the Australian singer's life. The album is intimate yet energetic, and it will definitely make you want to dance. That's all from me. Back to you at the desk.
This week, Erin and I will be playing #MatchTheTat, where we will be guessing celebrities' tattoos. Let's get started.
I am super excited for this. Okay. Miley Cyrus, Bella
Thorne, Billie. I do not think it's Billie Eilish.
I think it's gonna be Bella Thorne.
I was thinking Bella Thorne too.
Just because looking at that again,
I feel like it would be a more
like
known person. It's not Lady Gaga
figure.
or Billie Eilish. I'm in between.
Bella Thorne just seems like the type of person to have a dog tattooed on her.
Yeah, or Miley Cyrus. I'm in between Bella Thorne and...
I'll go with Bella Thorne.
I'll go with Miley Cyrus.
Okay. Oh, points for Michael.
Let's go. Okay.
That was good. Okay, what's the next one here?
Oh, okay.
Which
Jason Momoa,
has that
Dave
tattoo?
Bautista,
Okay,
it's not
that
Stallone.
one's a very, very recognizable tattoo, I think. I think I'm going to go with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I think that one, look at that. That is just the style of it. It's giving Maui. It's giving Maui.
It's giving Maui.
So I think
what can
that
I say
is
except
The
is that
Rock.
The Rock?
I think it's The Rock.
Oh,
yes,
there you go.
Yes, there we go. That was very recognizable.
That was just the...
Exactly, exactly. The iconic tattoos of him.
Yes.
What's next?
Okay.
Oh, I know this one.
Oh, this looks like a familiar tattoo.
I recognize this one.
That might be Demi Lovato. Can
we see that again? Let's see.
Okay. Bella Thorne again. Maybe they...
I'm going to go with Rita Ora, actually.
Rita...
Okay, because I'm a Taika Waititi fan, and I think I've seen that on his Instagram.
My mind is saying Rita Ora, my heart's saying Demi.
What you going to go with? What are you going to go with? I'm going to go with Rita Ora.
I'm going to go with Demi Lovato.
Okay, here we go.
Demi Lovato.
Oh! 2 points for Michael.
Okay.
That was good. I could have sworn that was going to be Rita Ora.
It's just something
Demi
about
Lovato has changed their personality, I think, so many times that you never know.
I don't know. She could
their
have
style
10 things
has
tattooed over it.
All the time. Exactly. What's next?
Okay.
Oh yeah. I know.
Not Pete.
I'm very curious to see if you get this, Michael.
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
I think. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's definitely not all the other options, so I'm going to go with Harry Styles.
No, Jared Leto, no.
No.
Definitely Harry Styles. That is definitely giving his fun. Yes! Yeah. We did it.
Okay.
Harry Styles. I like that tattoo also. Okay. What's next?
Okay.
Ooh, okay, wait. See, this one has a little hint. This one has the darker hair in it.
It's not Ariana Grande.
No, I can't. I'm going to go with Dua Lipa, I think. I'm going to go with Dua Lipa.
If I just saw the tattoo, maybe I'd say Halsey, but now I'm thinking Dua Lipa.
We're going to share Dua Lipa
I think
here?
we're going to share Dua Lipa.
We're going to share Dua Lipa, and if we both get it wrong, then we got some celebrity research to do. What's it? What is it? No!
What?
But she has
never knew she had that hair.
I didn't know
that either. I don't know what era
of
Ariana this was.
Had blonde. She's the iconic high pony with the blonde hair. I'm gonna need to know what that was from.
I was focusing too much on the hair and not enough the tattoo.
I wonder if maybe that was it.
I was matching the hair, not the tat. You need to match the tat.
It's hashtag match the tat.
It's hashtag match the tat, not the hair.
I think we need to do a little better on our investigative skills.
Okay, what's the next one?
Is there a next one? And that's it.
There is no next one.
And before we close the show, we would officially like to wish Disney a happy 100th birthday.
Thank you for all the magic, and we can't wait for all that's to come. That's all for this week on Hashtag That.
Make sure to follow us on our social media accounts to stay up to date.
I'm Michael Rada.
And I'm Erin Russell. From the producers, talent, and everyone working hard behind the scenes, thank you for watching Hashtag That, and we'll see you again next week.